Hi band, and welcome back. This week is the week with Valentine's Day just around the corner, which is why we wanted to make something a little special for you. So if you're still wondering about how to surprise your loved one on Valentine's Day, then you've come to the right place. I will let you in on a little secret. Musicians have known it for a while already, but after this video, you will know it too. And the secret is as simple as the 4 chords of love. The 4 chords that conquer hearts. The 4 chords that are simply just used in so many different love songs that just by learning these 4 chords, you can play like a million different songs to your loved one. And at that point, they don't really have a choice but to love you back. So let's jump right in. But before that, if you're very new to learning the guitar and figuring out what this thing is, we have another video that you might want to check out first, which is about the very basics of learning to play guitar. Okay, so we have 4 chords, and each of these chords represent an emotion, and when we put them one after each other, together, they tell a story. Our first chord is our home. It's the G major chord. It's the fluffy and cozy candlelit home that is familiar and safe, and it's always good to return to. To play the G major chord, we need to fret down 3 notes. First one being on the thickest E string, fret 3. So 1, 2, 3. Our second note is on the string next to it, the A string, fret 2. So 1, 2. And our third note is on the thinnest E string on fret 3. So 1, 2, 3. And now to actually play these notes, I'm going to start with my ring finger. It's going to fret down the first note on the thickest E string. My middle finger is going to fret the second note on the A string, fret 2. And my pinky is already nicely curved there to play the thinnest string, fret 3. And that's it. The G major chord. Our second chord is all the joy and the happiness. It's our D major chord. The D chord is our G chord's best friend, and it just goes really well together with the G chord. Now, to fret these notes, I'm going to start with my index finger on the G string, fret 2. My ring finger on the B string, fret 3. And middle finger on the thinnest E string, fret 2, like this. And for this chord, it's really important that you do not strum the thickest E string. So with your thumb, you can reach over the fretboard and just slightly touch the E string so that when you strum through it, it's not going to ring out. It's muted. Also, in some chord diagrams, it's marked not to play the second thickest string, the A string. So you can either just pick really carefully only the 4 thinnest strings. But in my opinion, the A string actually works quite nicely with the D chord. So I'm just going to go ahead and strum through all of the 5 strings. Like that. But the thing is that in life, we can't always be happy. And in every relationship, we have to sometimes face harder times or times where we don't necessarily see each other. And for those times, we have the E minor chord, which is our third chord. For the E minor chord, we only need to fret down 2 notes, both of them being on frets 2 on the A and D strings. And I'm going to play the first note with my middle finger, A string, fret 2, and place my ring finger right next to it on the string below. And then strum through all the strings. And now on to our 4th chord, which after the E minor chord feels really good. It's the C major chord, the chord that rebuilds bridges and takes us back home. To play the C chord, we also need to fret down 3 notes. First one being on the A string, fret 3, then the D string, fret 2, and the third one is on the B string, fret 1. I'm gonna start by placing my ring finger on the A string, middle finger on the D string, and my index finger is gonna play the B string fret 1. And also remember for this chord not to strum the thickest E string. So mute it again with your thumb by reaching over the fretboard so that you can, strum without really having to think about it. And it's gonna be muted. And from here, it is really easy to get back home. Our pinky is already ready to go. We only need to lift our index finger and move these 2 fingers up a string. And there we are. Home again. Okay, so let's recap and go through the story one more time. We start from home with the G chord, where everything is happy and good. The D chord. But life is sometimes quite hard and full of longing. So we need the E minor chord. But then again, we do always find a way to get through it. The C chord. That will take us back home to the G chord. And if you still don't believe in the power of these 4 chords, then we're gonna prove it to you by playing the cheesiest song we've ever made, where you can jam along.
The ship of love is about to sail. We want you to hop on board. But your ticket is that you gotta nail. Oh, these 4 chords, yeah, yeah, yeah. G and D to E minor, ending off with C to make it finer. Soon you'll be a headliner in the festival of love. 4 chords to conquer any heart, 4 chords to boom any chart. Learn them so you can take part in the festival of love.
That was it for today. And make sure to check out Yousician, where you can find and practice songs that use only these 4 chords. And also learn even more chords and techniques if you want to dive deeper into learning the instrument. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next video.